There are so many little details tucked into this journal, and over the next several weeks, I'll be sharing every one of them with you. Together, we'll build the Regency Collection Journal, one page, one project, and one idea at a time. I'll share my creative process, the techniques I use, and the little design decisions that help bring each page to life. Some projects are simple, while others are a little more involved, but each one plays a part in creating the finished journal. Whether you're creating along with me or simply looking for inspiration for your own journals, I hope you'll enjoy the journey. So let's turn the page and see what we're creating today. Hi everyone, my name is Mary Lou, and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. Today I am going to work in my Regency collection journal again. So we have so far made the lady, Thomas, the wardrobe with all the clothing in it. Whoops. And the desk that is fully loaded. So today I want to do something I'm just going to pull a page right here. I didn't really look, I just opened it and put a page in. And I have these two pages that are part of the kit, and I want to jazz them up a little bit and then just stick them down. So one is going to go in here and one is going to go in Thomas. So I'm going to put this aside, and I have printed these off on 32-pound double-sided matte photo paper, which means that I can use mixed media on here. That is fine. It's not going to mess anything up. It is just going to enhance the page. So I have a couple of things that I want to do, and yesterday I played a little bit with the music paper and the walnut stain. So that's where I want to start this time as well. And I am just going to take a little doily, and I may use the doily on these pages. Okay. So I'm just covering this up so that when I start spraying my walnut stain, which is Infusions Just Walnut mixed with water, and then I'm just going to spray this on here to give it like a bit of an aged look. And I'm going to come down a little. There we go. Let's now put just the doily on there and do the exact same thing. So you get a bit of a design and a bit of a not design. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Going up a little bit. That. And then I kind of want to get a little bit more on there. And I'm just kind of like just pushing it so that you get like a splatter thingy going on. There we go. So now I'm just going to dry this. Okay, so these are dry, and then the next thing I want to do is I'll probably use on the one for the lady, I probably want to use the doily and put that on the corner. So the doily needs to dry as well. And for right here, I am just going to kind of stamp the walnut ink onto here. So it gives a little bit of texture and it kind of dries the doily off. And then I'm going to put some glue on here so I can put the doily on there. just going to fit it right in there where I put the glue, just like that. And then I'm just going to cut this off. Oh, that looks so cute. It's very pretty. So that looks nice. I want to grab a little bit of walnut ink, that's distress ink, and just kind of go in here so that it's not so such straight lines. There we go, that's better. And I'll take a little bit more walnut ink, and I'm just going to, or walnut stain, and I'm just going to ink around the edges, mostly to give it a bit more of a frame. There. I have this napkin, or this hanky. I put the background as purple, and it is actually very similar to that. So I'm going to cut this into, I may just cut just this out. So it's kind of like, it looks like it is textile, but it's paper. It just looks like it. These are hankies that I own. And that I scanned, and now they look just beautiful. So if I go like this, I put this on here. Oh, I think I like that, as long as I put it on there straight. There we go. I think I like that. I do need to kind of color that lace a little bit. So what I am going to do is the exact same thing. This is all printed on the photo paper, so I can wet it down. So I'm just using the walnut ink again, or the just walnut. Okay, so what I want to do next is, you know, I don't like these sharp ends, so I'm just going to make them slightly rounded. There. And now when I put this on there, it's not so stark white, but the purple is still purple. Yeah, let's do that. Let's glue that down. Stick that right on the edges so that it is straight. And we've got the doily kind of coming out from behind that. I like that. I will need to cut that corner back out, and I have to cut this edge off so that it stays in the same size. There we go. Now I am pretty sure I have some other purples. That I can use. I have this hanky. It's not a doily, it's a hanky. So let's see what I can do with it. Like, I'm not too concerned. I'm not going to scan this. It is vintage, but it is not that vintage. So, is this the right way? Yeah. Okay. So what I can do is I'll probably have to grab another piece of paper that is the right size and then stitch this on there and then stitch this all together. And then I can get two beautiful pages. So one will be the flowers and one will be these guys. That's what I'm going to do. This is another piece of scrap paper and that will work. So let's just trace around this page so we know that we're exactly the right size. I need a pen or a pencil. I have a pencil. I have a pencil right there. Okay, I got some markings on there. So I'll cut this down. And sewing I'm going to do off camera. I am not going to do that on camera. One, that's going to bore you to death, and two, I don't want to subject anybody to much more of that grumpy old man. So I'm going to go to just the inside of that line. Let's see if this will cut as well, because it is photo paper and my thing does not always want to cut photo paper. Well, today it will. Okay. So I'm going to I am actually going to start by putting this aside again. And I want to spray more walnut ink on here because I don't want white on white, because what happens when you get white on white, it just looks white. There's no interest. So if I make this really messy and walnutty, then I get something interesting when I put the hanky over top of it. All right, so this is dry and done, and now I just need to make sure there's no walnut stain left on here and that it is dry. There we go. I'm going to grab my 3-in-1 glue and I am going to stick this right on here. So now you can see that it is not so white. The brown from the walnut stain is kind of peeking through. And I do want to get this so that, let's just see which side would be the right side. Probably this side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue along these edges. So I'm going to glue it down for now, and then I'll stitch it when I am done. And so that I can do the two at the same time through the machine. Okay, so I'm going to put this down so that these edges are touching the edge of the paper, but the pattern will kind of come out of the journal page. So I'll just cut around this. Oh, how beautiful is that? I love it. It is just so lovely. So when I put this in the journal, right here, you can see like it is going to, when I close it up, it is going to stick out. So it's kind of like a beautiful page edge. And I have a beautiful cover here. Now the way that I am going to attach this to the page here is make it a pocket so that you can stick stuff in there, and like, but it's a little bit of a hidden pocket. So that's what I want to do. So for the other side, so right here, this is going to go on here, and it is a beautiful blue page underneath. So when we put this on here, we've got the purple coming out, but we've also got the blue from the flowers coming back out. So it actually looks just beautiful, just like that. It looks like it was supposed to be like that. Right here, this, I want to add something else, but I don't know what. Let's just kind of cut us a border of these flowers. And then if I put it like here, I think that is exactly what it was going to need. I don't know which side I want to use it for. Probably right there. Probably right there. So I'm going to get this to go all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom, and then it's going to look like it was exactly supposed to be like that. 3-in-1 glue. And then I'll stitch over that so that it is permanently attached. And I do, because I do want to have some stitching in this journal. I don't use stitching very often, but I do want to use it in this journal. And again, it won't be very often, it'll just be here and there. I want some of those flowers to be visible. I don't want them to be completely hidden. That's kind of a waste. So I'm just pulling it back out, sticking it back down. There we go. Now you can see a little bit of the flowers, and you get another beautiful page edge. Just like that. Lovely. I'm going to cut this down a little like that. And I think that is all I need to do for this. So I'm just going to leave this for now, because I still have to do the male one, and I will do that in tomorrow's video. And then I will stitch everything at the same time. So I'm just going to leave this in here until tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be doing something with the masculine part. That sounded wrong. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and hype buttons. And have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you again tomorrow for another episode of the Regency Collection Journal. Bye.